Hey everybody! Woohoo! It's vacation time, and we are heading down to Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, tourist town. We're going to go down there and meet up with some friends in a cabin, friends we met on the internet. Now that I think about it, this is all sounding pretty sketchy.
I'm coming to the cabin for you.
What they don't know is we are far more psychotic than we have let on when we've met in person before. We've been playing it cool, keeping things under wraps. When we get there, the real us comes out, and it's going to be scary. Let's see how they react. Check it out. Annette's driving.
Hi.
We decided we better dust off her driving skills.
A fun and adventure.
She's still pretty good so far. As you can see, she's staying in between the lines very well. So we've got like, 500 something miles, 8 hours to go, 7 hours.
16 and a half hours.
I think it's 2,000 miles and 23 hours we're gonna be driving.
Like 72 hours and 43 minutes.
72. Well, we did want to stop and eat lunch.
So 75 hours.
So, yeah. So, I think it's 6,000 miles to Tennessee and 94 hours. So, there's a long ways to go. We're almost at Roanoke. Funny story. I had a couple layovers in Roanoke years ago when I was flying for the airline. You see, it was like 15 or 20 years ago. I remember it like it was just yesterday. And then the captain got off the airplane and he said, "Oh, I don't want to go to Roanoke." And so we ran out of cookies on the flight, and that just was, I mean, people were just freaking out. There was dancing in the aisles. Some guy pulled his computer out and he dropped it. And that just like caused a bunch of sparks. The carpet caught fire, and then it turned out we didn't even land in Roanoke. We were in Mississippi. I mean, oh my gosh. And that is the story of my flight to Roanoke when I was a flight attendant. It's a pretty funny story. I hope you followed along the entire way, because it gets pretty outlandish.
Hilarious.
It's hilarious, and it's also true-larious. It's true-larious. All right, people. I'm sure some of you are going, hey, wait a second. Annette's great. Annette couldn't have done anything wrong, right? She's a good person. Bill's the wacky one. All right, so we're just playing some Name That Tune, and I'm dialing up some stuff on Spotify and going, name that tune, give just a few seconds of the intro, tell you what, see if you can tell me. She's just naming them off, just bam, bam, bam. She's just 2 or 3 in a row, just like instantly. She's not that good. She's not that good.
I am that good.
I didn't notice. The information's right here, so every time I put a new song in, she's jumping on there and is looking. She's like, oh, listen to my religion. Hard Day's Night. We're here. We made it. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. We're a little early. Our friends are not coming for almost 2 days. We got, another 20 hours before we're all actually meeting here. We're here early, so we thought we'd troll them with a little early arrival. We're here having fun.
We win.
And they're still in their respective home states waiting to travel. So that's okay. We've arrived at the World's Fair site. The World's Fair Park was. That's never been. So she's coming to the World's Fair. She's just 35 years too late. So we'll visit some stuff that's still there, and I'll point out a few things that aren't there anymore. So here we are at the Sunsphere, one of the 2 remaining structures from the 1982 World's Fair. Been up there long time ago. The theme of the 1982 World's Fair was energy. And so there was a lot of energy themes, pavilions, and booths around. And the Sunsphere was built as a symbol of the sun, the ultimate source of energy. When it opened during the World's Fair, it cost $2 to go to the observation deck up top. There was also a restaurant up there where you could dine and get an overview of the World's Fair park. It was closed, it was abandoned for years. There have been many failed restaurants up at the top of the building, but now it is reopened. You can go up to the observation deck. It's free to go up there. We'll go up there in just a minute.
Got to be there. Point me in the right direction. I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
The Sunsphere is one of the two remaining structures from the 1982 World's Fair. The other is just across the water, the amphitheater.
So the amphitheater held some shows back in the World's Fair, and it's been around since then. A couple times it almost went away, almost tore it down, but it's been revitalized. It's going to be in use again. After the 82 World's Fair closed, this amphitheater was used for some events. I saw the Smithereens back here in their heyday. Smithereens, remember them? Behind the Wall of Sleep, Girl Like You, you remember them? Look it up, ask your parents, kids, they were great. Anyway, the amphitheater here, still a piece of the 1982 World's Fair, still left. Remember when there used to be the Sky Ride? And it went right across here, the other side. You remember that?
No.
No, she wasn't here, so she doesn't remember that. I remember it. It was pretty cool. Also, way out this way and off to the side was the Midway. Apparently this is a safe place. Safe from what? What's going on here that you need to be safe from? Pappy don't need no trouble. Pappy don't need no trouble, but this is a place I need to be safe. I need to stay close here. Now look, Pappy, keep your eyes open. If you see something, let me know, because I don't need no trouble. Here's the stage for the amphitheater at the World's Fair site. Quite a few shows and performances here over the years. I believe it seats around 1,500. Listen, honey. I saw a couple of performances here. The one I remember was the Smithereens. Listen, can you hear it? If you listen, you can still hear the sounds of A Girl Likes You in the background. Listen, do you hear it? You hear it, don't you? You hear it. It's there. Yes. The echoes of the Smithereens still linger here. If I remember correctly, right over here by this garage would have been the direction of the Midway. And right over here is where the U.S. Energy Pavilion was. It looked a little like this. Shh. Come here. Come here. Don't tell anybody, but look at these doors. Where did they go? What's behind them? What's in there? Shh. Let's pretend we didn't see it. Stay calm. And we'll just act very calm and cool, like nothing happened.
Secret scary things everywhere. You ever notice when you hit record on your camera, the wind suddenly kicks up wildly? I noticed that. Remember when Bart Simpson came to the World's Fair site expecting that they could play around, and it turned out it was over and everything was like chaotically empty and abandoned? You remember that?
Next stop, the Knoxville World's Fair and its fabulous Sunsphere. One burr.
So enough lollygagging. Let's go up the Sunsphere and see what we can see, okay? Knoxville likes to party. So here we can observe the World's Fair site. There's the amphitheater. Right over there is where the U.S. Pavilion used to be. And the far north end of the site is right underneath where that little highway road is there. It's a little greenish as you look through to here because of the windows that are coated in 24 karat gold dust, making it appear gold from the outside. And it appears gold because it is actual gold. These are the kind of facts that everybody wants to know. Knoxville is situated at the crossroads of three major interstates, I-75, I-40, and I-81, within a day's drive of nearly half the U.S. population. So half of you may need to say, why haven't you been here? You're only a day away, just like tomorrow. Did you know that Knoxville held the last successful World's Fair in 1982? After that, they were all disasters. All disasters. Look at this nifty rendering of the Sunsphere, created by some child or children, freehand by some art students, it says. There's Pat Summitt, legendary coach of the women's basketball team at the University of Tennessee. We missed you, Pat. This was played up really big in Knoxville in 1982 as the scruffy little city did it. Much skepticism about their ability to host a World's Fair. The flame logo was very prominent. It was the Japan Pavilion. If you've ever had Petro's chili and chips, it evolved right out of the World's Fair. Knoxville World's Fair also debuted several products, including Cherry Coke. Got its origin at the 82 World's Fair. So here's the Tennessee Amphitheater as it was in the fair. You can see it's enclosed on the backside for acoustic purposes. Bill Cosby, Johnny Cash, the Kabuki, Rudolph Nureyev, Red Skelton, the London Symphony, Bob Hope, all those people performed at the amphitheater. And here we see the Sunsphere being built. Okay, so I'm not a stand-up paddleboard professional, but I'm pretty sure this was not the way I was taught to ride my paddleboard. She can't possibly paddle it. What's the point? So we've had a lot of fun. We got here, we drove down, we got to visit the World's Fair site, had a little Blaze Pizza. It's all good, just the beginning. Tomorrow we're gonna meet up with our friends in Pigeon Forge and Smoky Mountains area. We're gonna start having a really good time, right?
Yep.
That's right. We only shot our picture an hour ago and these guys are already ripping us off.
My father just dug these out of the archives. There's no telling what else we might find in the archives here. Actual 1982 World's Fair tickets to the pre-opening orientation, before it even opened to the public. We went there in the early days, and it was pretty exciting. So we got a very special guest here to help us with the outro today, Mr. Jackson here. All right, so you can help us, Jackson? You ready?
Have a good time, every time, every good time, every time, every time, every time, every time.